the new competencies required for the companies to build in sales teams?
There are three things. One is, first of all, take care of your mental well-being and your health. That's the first competency one should take care. Then only we can deliver whatever we are supposed to deliver. Two, there have been traditional competencies, but the definition and expectation is changing. A very fundamental competency of negotiation. But how do you negotiate with a person when you are sitting across the table, and how you are negotiating with a person when you are talking over telephone or on in a Zoom call like this, I think differs. So I think that requires a refresh. How do you build empathy with a customer in a negotiation call? Probably brings a completely different dimension to this competency, and that may require sort of a refresh. Third is then building new competencies. I think that maybe in this world you're trying to solve new problems, your ability to solve problems, your ability to create. I think creativity to me really looks a very important competency for future. And how do you build it? How an organization defines it? In fact, when I look at frameworks, there are probably very few frameworks available around it today. But in future, probably is going to be one of the more important competency than very traditional ones we have been pursuing till now. So I think so a combination of all three factors will work in future.
See, there are a few core competencies as far as industrial, any sort of B2B selling is concerned. You need to understand your trade, you need to understand your technology. How you sort of package it is very, very important. And especially with the virtual world coming into the picture. And the second thing is learning and unlearning, because the customer is also in a learning, unlearning mode, and probably the disruptions are going to be more. So are you flexible, or are you still hell-bent on what got you here is going to take you there? Are you having that mindset, or you are having a different type of mindset in terms of, no, I need to really take a step back? Do I really, at time and time again, we have to go back and ask ourselves that, do I, okay, instead of just taking things for granted, because things are changing at the customer end also. I think that's where I think insights, you have already spoken about it, and how you unravel insights, in the sense, is it the same mundane set of questions which you ask, or you ask the same person, you actually go 2 levels below that person? Because sometimes what happens is, in negotiation, while we are very happy, this is the influencer and decision maker earmarked in a chart, somebody down below probably is going to crash your deal. Okay, do you really know that entire ecosystem? I think that is also another thing which is going to be, especially in virtual selling, is going to be very difficult. Do you know the entire map, especially for new customers? I think that will need some time. And the other thing which that day discussed with you is that when you go with a hypothesis or couple of hypotheses and try and test it out, because it's very difficult. You will not get too much of time to do insight in detail. You will not get a 1.5 hours sort of a 1 hour audience. You will get 15, 20, 25 minutes and be focused. Something might come out, something might not come out, but at least have a hypothesis in mind and go and then call out some insights.
The competency comes as empowerment. So that empowerment to create those hypotheses and test and see whether it clears or not. And second thing I would say is refresh your KYC. What you used to know about your customer by being on the field doesn't hold good anymore in this new world. So you've got to do that KYC in an absolutely different way and absolutely a more rigorous way to understand how the customer is going to behave. And that's when you can create your hypothesis based on this KYC as well. And of course, your influencers, decision makers, gatekeepers.
I think one is that as a kind of salesperson or marketer, one should ensure that you remain in customer's horizon. If you are not doing that one, customer will certainly look for alternatives, right? So you have to be on top of mind and be with them. Else, in fact, yes, this is the time, an uncertain time. Everybody would like to explore and have the options ready for the risk mitigation measure. So you should identify the risk, what client is looking at, and you have to find a mitigation measure and project yourself at that point. Don't allow any opportunity for your existing client to go away. At the same time, explore that which are the clients who are looking at. In fact, you could probably offer the risk mitigation solution to them and get them in your fold. So this is the opportunity I'm seeing.